still go by that, but on the other hand, I'm an atheist.
Okay, what?
For a lot of reasons.
Okay, so give me one reason why. But you said a lot of reasons.
Yeah, but you know how God like to try to all the good things here, like trying be strong and to have good morals and stuff like that, and stuff like that. All that stuff you say I believe in. But I really don't like all the trials and tribulations they talk about. All the other stuff, some stuff in there is not like good stuff to me, it's like bad stuff. So that's why I kind of like had two feet.
I mean, when you read the bad stuff,
I believe in.
When you read the stuff that you found that you think are bad, why you think that is? Why you think those are in there?
It's like they say how God probably don't really, like me. Like you go through trials
let me ask you a question.
Like the Ten Commandments, I don't believe in like everybody.
All right, let me ask you a question. Now, you have kids?
Yeah.
Okay, when you...
It's the person there.
Yeah, well, let me ask you a quick question. With your kids, do you let your kids do whatever they want?
No.
So when they do the things that you don't like, do you discipline them?
Verbal, I let them know, that that's wrong when it's something wrong with drugs or alcohol or whatever. Dangerous for the child, so they can have good behavior when they get grown up. They have their own responsibility.
Okay, you know that?
Teach them.
So that's why the things that you find in the Bible.
I don't want to say, like I said, I'm like older, and they're kids. I don't really want them to go through like bad, hardship things. I don't think they should, the child should.
Now let me tell you this. With things that you find in the Bible that you consider are bad stuff, those are for us as adults. Because when your kids grow up, they're gonna have to make decisions. They're not gonna be on your term anymore. Now they're gonna have to make hard choices. Now, hear me out. Now, as adults, when we read the Bible, the bad stuff that we see in there, those are instructions and things that we're supposed to observe and do and don't do. And if we stay away from doing the bad things, then, we will have rewards. But if we do the wrong things, then we will suffer the consequence of the wrong thing that we do. And that's why you see good and bad things that are found in the Bible.
Right, but then, it's like I said, there's some things in there that you have to stay away from on your own, and then there's like affliction, and they also mention in the Bible. Otherwise, that's just like how I am always by myself.
Did you read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter?
Which one?
Deuteronomy 28.
No.
All right. I asked you first because you said you read it,
Yeah, but
all right, so let me refresh your memory. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28 and 1. From Deuteronomy 28 and 1, we're going to find out what God told us would happen. Because God is a just God. Before he decide that he wants to do something, he put it in a book so that we get the warning before he executes.
Right.
All right, so let me read Deuteronomy 28 for you. What's your name?
Charmaine.
All right, Charmaine.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now, in the first verse it says, this gonna come to pass. Come to pass means it's gonna be accomplished. It's gonna come a time, be over with, if we would listen to the voice of the Lord, our God, right? Read on.
To observe, and to do,
to observe and to do, right? To see it in the scripture, you observe it, and then from what you observe in the scripture, then you do, right? Read on.
All his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So now, you see that there are a lot of other nations on the earth. You have the Chinese, you have the Arabs, right? You have the East Indians, you have the so-called black, right? You have dancing, right? So now, from all of these people that you see, he's speaking to a specific people, right? Because he says he will put us on high above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So now, the Lord, through Moses, speaking to a specific people. Do you know who those people are?
The people that exist. I mean, yeah, us people.
No. Let's go back to it again.
I mean, he's speaking about people, everybody, generation.
Now let me ask you a question. Now, when you were in school, right? You have a classroom.
Right.
There's another classroom right next to your classroom.
Right.
And your professor saying, if you do good, you will be above all students that are in those classes. So now he's speaking to what class of people?
The good doer class.
Now, is he speaking to the class next door, or is he speaking to the class that's in front of him that he's instructing?
Well, that's in front of him.
That's in front of him.
Right.
So now, the Most High is speaking to a specific people, a specific nation. Have you ever heard, when you read the Bible, where it speaks about the children of Israel?
Yeah. Yeah, when they were all either killed or they were moved to safety, taken to safety or something.
The children of Israel are God's chosen people. Do you know who they are today?
Well, to be us or our children. That shouldn't be.
All right, when you say us, be specific.
I mean us. You, I, they.
We're speaking about different nations, but the Lord is speaking to a specific nation.
He's speaking for all people. He's speaking about all people.
No. When you read the scripture, he's speaking to a specific nation.
Yeah.
Now we have to find out what specific nation that he's speaking to. That's where before we can go on, we have to make sure that we're on the same level playing field, or we're in the same mind state. When the Most High said he's speaking to a nation, and he's speaking in Deuteronomy, the first chapter, he's speaking to those people specifically. So now we have to find out who are those people. And those people that he's speaking to are the blacks and Hispanics, the so-called blacks and Hispanics. Right, the Native Indians.
Right.
Those are the people that he's speaking to in this verse right here.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Not specifically what you just said, blacks and Hispanics. Yeah, not specifically. I just know he's speaking to all people.
Right, so in the scripture right here, he's not speaking to all people. He's speaking to these people right here. Right? You heard of these before, right?
Yeah, you're reading it.
Huh?
Yeah, read it.
You read it?
Yeah.
But you didn't know that those are God's people.
Yeah.
You didn't know that, did you?
Yeah, I know it.
You knew it?
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it.
But when I asked you earlier, you didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not calling just right off hand, but I read all that.
You read all that already?
Yeah. So who's Issachar, number 12?
Issachar? Issachar, who known as the Mexicans today. Who they would call Mexicans today? These will be the tribe of Issachar. Are your fathers descendants of slaves?
Not to my knowledge. The only thing I know is Burbank, just about like him, but I didn't know any of my great family, even great family.
What about your parents? Your dad?
Yeah, that's him. Not even my grandparents is what I'm trying to get to. Like on my father's side, like I said, what is that? Nope. Your tribe is solely based on your descendants and ancestors on your father's side of the family only.
Right.